It was all about from East Carolina Pirate University baseball prospect. The young man is super young. He just made history tonight. Broke Sandy Koufax, Don Newcombe, Michael Wacha's record. Oh my goodness. God. We're going to get to the highlights right now. Excuse me. So, the stats are out first. We're going to get to the stats. A win from Trey Yesavage. He has pitched his butt off. 7 inning pitch, only 3 hits allowed. Yeah, that home run was allowed because his perfect game was gone. Yeah, so there's that. And then 12 strikeouts. The history has been broken in a single game rookie record in the World Series. And no walks allowed. Only Blake Snell has walked 4 times, 7 strikeouts, 5 errors, 6 hits allowed. Well, 6 hits allowed. And tonight was all over the place. Start off with the Blue Jays. My man Ned Strike. I hope you're ready to celebrate on Friday night Halloween. Shout out to you, my man. On go follow him on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads. Yeah, I hope you're ready for that, because this is going to be a massive celebration if they win on Friday. The whole Sky Dome. We're still calling it Sky Dome, but Rogers Center is not the. Doesn't seem familiar. We're all calling it the Sky Dome. I mean, it doesn't matter what names you want to call it. So, David Schneider went 1 for 3. A home run to start it off in the first inning. Yeah, there he is. He homered to the left, 373 feet. And once again, one batter later, same thing to the left. 394 feet. Oh. Wow. Just broke that into a barrier on Blake Snell. So the stats are there. Miles Straw went 0 for 1. Former Houston Astro did not get it done. But Vladdy did the same thing with David Schneider, went 1 for 3. But only 2 walks. Put him in. Same stats, but 2 strikeouts allowed by David Schneider. 1 for 5 for Bo Bichette. And a ribby. And 1 strikeout. 1 for 4 Alejandro Kirk out of Mexico. Only 1 run, and then 1 ribby, 1 out of 3 for Ernie Clement, 2 for 3 on Addison Barger. I'll give credit for this young guy. He only gets 1 walk and a run. And then let's go with this one. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, IKF. He went 1 for 4, 1 ribby, and only 1 run for Andres Jimenez. Tonight was not his night. He's back to his own ways. Is 0 for 3. And we'll go to the whole stats. Dodgers once again for the second night in a row since Game 4. Shohei Ohtani, you better wake yourself up, because we want to see you play on the batting stats, because we've seen you on must-see TV. Look what happened yesterday. Vladdy Guerrero just shut you down. Come on, brother. Come on, my man. We need you. My family needs you. I need you. You've been my biggest baseball fanatic since you become with the Angels. Now look at yourself to the Dodgers. He's now went 0 for 4 once again. 1 strikeout. And now tonight, Will Smith went 1 for 3. 2 strikeouts. Mookie Betts went 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts. 3 strikeouts, 0 for 3 Freddie Freeman. Everybody is not playing wealthy tonight. They're not coming out. But only Teoscar Hernandez. I'll give a credit to him tonight, because he just hung himself on. But he went 2 for 4. But 2 strikeouts. 0 for 3 for Tommy Edman, 1 strikeout. Same thing with Max Muncy. Enrique Kike Hernandez, but only scored 1 RBI. Avoid that shutout, 1 for 3 with a run, 2 strikeouts. 0 for 2 by Alex Call. 1 strikeout, 1 walk allowed. Now the stats. 15 strikeouts allowed over 7. And we'll look at the pitching stats. 1 walk, and then 6 walks for the Blue Jays over the Dodgers. And then you got home runs, 2 over 1. The Blue Jays won that home run showdown. And then 5 RBIs. But the final score is still 6-1. And then tonight they went 9 for 33 over 4 out of 30. Blue Jays just shut it down on the Dodgers. They're not playing like they just swung like it's a junior varsity baseball. The shirt I'm wearing right now is the Eagle Pass Eagles. And that's Coach Mendoza's team, his Dodgers. Now, tonight it was history. But first, let's look at the Dodgers. Blake Snell only hits allowed 6 times. 5 runs allowed, 5 errors, 4 walks allowed, 7 strikeouts, and 2 home runs allowed. We just saw. And 3.31 ERA. But tonight, only 1 hit by Edgardo Enriquez. He just got 2 walks allowed. 1 error and a run allowed, and that was Banda with 2 hits allowed. And Blake Treinen, no one showed up for him. And that was it. Only that inning in the 9th. But it's tonight. Out of East Carolina University for the Pirates, baseball prospect, and shout out to my friend Sean Franchise 6. I have him on social media. Threads, he has not used that since, only Instagram and Blue Sky. Go follow him. He's a big fan of he's been a fan of ECU all his life for college sports. Now, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, only that, 1 run allowed, 3 errors, 1 home run allowed, and that was Kike Hernandez in the bottom of the 3rd inning and the 470 feet. That was a pretty good home run by Kike Hernandez. But he struck out 12 times. He just broke Bob Newcombe's record. Yes, and I'm talking about the 1949 World Series, Game 1. If y'all don't remember a history lesson, I'm going to give you the history lesson right there, because this is major historian. At Yankee Stadium, yes, the Yankees beat the Brooklyn Dodgers, but lost. Yes, but they still lost. And yes, 1-0. Don Newcombe of the Dodgers drew a complete game, 5 hitter allowing only 1 run in a losing 1-0 effort. He struck out 11 Yankees during the game. That game to tie the record for the most strikeouts during the World Series game by a losing pitcher. Tommy Henrich led off in the bottom of the 9th by tagging Newcombe for the first walk-off home run in World Series history. And the Yankees won that series 4 games to 1. Yes. History goes on. And I want to show you the 1963 World Series. Same thing. Sandy Koufax. And by the way, Sandy Koufax, he looked like he wanted to pitch. Can you imagine that? I believe it was Game 4, but actually there is. Sandy Koufax started off with a record 15 strikeout performance in Game 1 to outdo the Yankees left-hander Whitey Ford. The 15 strikeouts bested fellow Dodger pitcher Carl Eskeens mark in 1953 by 1, and would be surpassed by Bob Gibson in 1968 with 17. Koufax would also tie the World Series record when he fanned the first 5 Yankees he faced. And that year, the LA Dodgers sweep the Yankees. Yep, the Dodgers sweep the Yankees. And take another one. Once again, Sandy Koufax made another history Another historian. The same thing we saw tonight with Trey Yesavage, and I'm going to show you the social media on my Instagram from Talking Baseball. And it's all over the internet, and I'm going to get back to the stats. But let's go back to the stats first. Clement hit the sacrifice fly to center, and Varsho just scored. Yes, and it was 3-1 by 1 or 2 outs. Guerrero Jr. walk. Barger scored. I think we saw the wild pitch. He missed to second with nobody out, or I should say 2 outs. 4-1, and then at the top of the 7th, the same inning, Bichette single to the right. Jimenez scored. Guerrero to third. 5-1. IKF single to the left. Clement scored, and that was pretty much all. And yes, you see the diving play when Ohtani hits one to the right in the bottom 7th. Guess what? Bichette just dived it, and that saved the game. That pretty much saved that World Series. So here is the resume that you're going to be seeing this. Starting off with this post. Trey Yesavage and Justin Verlander are the only rookies since 1978 to strike out more than 7 batters in a World Series game. Yes, I remember that 2006 when the Tigers faced the Cardinals, and the Cardinals won that series 4-1. Verlander struck out 8 batters and allowed 6 earned runs over 5 innings in that Game 1 loss to the Cardinals. Yep, that I remember. It takes me back in when I was 9 years old. I was 9 years old, and this is Blake Snell's numbers. You just saw it right there, and there it is. Trey Yesavage has the most strikeouts by a rookie in a single World Series game in 12 and counting, breaking Don Newcombe's previous record of 11 that he set in 1949. Yeah, I just mentioned that on the story from Wikipedia. I mean, this dude's going to get paid coming up later on down the road. And there's another one. Trey Yesavage, 39 strikeouts that this postseason are the most ever by a rookie, breaking Michael Wacha's previous record of 33. I remember that year, 2013. That was my 3rd high school year number 3 of my junior year, when the Red Sox beat the Cardinals 4-2, and the Red Sox won the World Series at Fenway Park for the first time in 95 years. And I have that DVD, by the way. So there you go. History right there, huh? So, we tell you about the hits and home runs. Here are the total bases. 17 over 7. And 7 runner lobs over 4. And all of this, Toronto Blue Jays just won the hitting stats. Now the pitching stats. 15 strikeouts over 7. There are 97 strikes over 93. Still, 9 hits allowed over 4 and 6 walks over 1. And those stats don't mean anything if you're a baseball fan. But let's look at the pitching stats. Sean Dominguez only got 1 in the next inning, and then 2 Jeff Hoffman. Yeah. So there's the numbers right there. 15. Yeah, we told you this one. 15 strikeouts over 7, and there's 1, and then 6 errors allowed with walks. Only 1, 6 runs. Yeah, 9 hits allowed over 4. Still, the Blue Jays still won that game tonight, and we'll look at the reactions right now on my Blue Sky. I seen the post, and I posted this. An ECU Pirates baseball prospect had an excellent night of his lifetime career in the World Series Serie Mundial for the Blue Jays. And this is the Naruto when he went happy and everybody else just jump on him. Yep, hip hip hooray. And this is the night Trey Yesavage had a historic night. Impressive performance. And Sean Franchise 6 mentioned this. East Carolina Pirate legend, put respect on ECU's name. Yep. Yes, and this is the reaction he says. That Game 5 of the 1997 NLCS, the year I was born, was an absolute worst strikeout zone ever seen in history. Lavin and Greg Maddux got calls that were awful. And the reaction right there, the pitch he hung on McGriff in the ninth was an entire home plate off the home plate. Off of home plate. And Sarah Lang just posted this out when I said this. Well, when she posted this. And by the way, we're all saying our thoughts and prayers to Sarah Lang as she's trying to hang in there against the ALS battle. So please send her thoughts and wishes, and we're all rooting for her. We're all pulling for her, by the way. So going back, because I'm going to be watching Inside the NBA coming up just a way to go. Most strikeouts by a rookie in a postseason game. Take a look at this. Larry Hernandez, the 1997 Game 5 in the NLCS. 15 strikeouts. 1975, 50 years ago. Game 3. John Candelaria, 14 strikeouts. I think when he was with the Cincinnati Reds. And the 1983 ALCS Game 2, Mike Bodiger with the Baltimore Orioles, 14 strikeouts. And we told you about Trey Yesavage. And then this year, you saw in Game 3 when the Yankees beat the Red Sox 2-1, Cam Schlittler, 12 strikeouts. Yeah, the Yankees just stick their brooms all over Red Sox mouth. And you saw Trey Yesavage Game 5 of the World Series with 11, then 12, and then you saw with Don Newcombe's record. And then there is 1997 needs a very, very large asterisk. Well, yeah, I agree with that, but they're not going to do it. That was the year when the Marlins won the World Series. And let's go back to Trey Yesavage. This kid is super young. Born in 2003. July 28th. My goodness. For Pottstown, Pennsylvania. And he's all over the place. This year he had a great debut. September 15. Last month. Out of East Carolina University. Yes, for the Pirates. The kid is unstoppable. He played in Single A in Charlottesville and Tom Sox and Valley Baseball League. And he got drafted last year in 2024 in the first round 20 overall selection. The Blue Jays that pays him 4 points on $175 million signing bonus of the base salary, $760,000 in this year. And the next year, $820,000 in 2026. And there's the Single A in the Dublin Blue Jays. High A Vancouver Canadians. And this kid is unbelievable. Oh my God. Put that name on respect, and he's good. He's very, very good. Now, Game 6 is tomorrow, Friday night, because I'm cleaning my whole place up tomorrow night, because I'm not going to have time to make some videos. Now, you're going to have Game 1 rematch. Kevin Goss, Game 2 rematch. When Yoshinobu Yamamoto completes a game since 1988 over Earl, when Earl Hershiser was there, and the Wolves were up by 1 over the Lakers, 10.2 to go. Yeah, since 1988 in the World Series, and he's done it one time with Kirk Schilling, multiple times. He got Madison Bumgarner, like 3 times since 2014. Yes, I already made that video previously not too long ago back then when I talked about this in Game 2 on Saturday night. And Friday night will be a Halloween night at Rogers Center / Skydome. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is going to be facing Kevin Gausman. And guys, let's see if Kevin Gausman wants revenge, because Yamamoto is going to do it again, because the Dodgers are not backing down without a fight. They're down 3-2. How wealthy they're going to come back. If the Blue Jays could pull this off for the first time in 32 years since Joe Carter's walk-off in 93 3-run homer to win the World Series. And that was Paul Molitor's winning the World Series MVP. So there you go, folks. There's tonight's final scores, 6-1. Toronto is 1 win away from making that end of the drought history. Dodgers try to come back down 3-2 in Game 7. And I'm going to get to some of the posts right from Blue Sky. And they mentioned this about from girls at the ballpark. They just mentioned that. And by the way, I forgot to tell you this. Bash Brothers. Ernie Clement and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. First teammates in MLB history to each record 25-plus hit in a single postseason. I'm impressed with these guys. I mean, how in the world did this happen? Oh, jeez Louise. And by the way, guys, and some of the games were really good in the World Series. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, there you go. Let me guys know what your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you guys the next video after Game 6. Maybe on Halloween or probably on Saturday afternoon. Tell me, you guys, what you think, and have a good night. Peace. I'm out until the next time. And by the way, congratulations to Trey Yesavage. You just made yourself in Cooperstown Hall of Fame in history. Congratulations.